Hey Jace, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good, just chilling. Playing Nioh 2 on the PS5. No mods, nothing. No, it's not poofy. No, don't say that. Nioh 4? Yeah, exactly. Nioh 4. You're good? So Jace, you're good? You're just about to face another boss in Kazan? Well, hey, good luck. Good luck for sure. Hey Beachman, doing pretty good. Puffy alpaca? That's acceptable. Okay, let's... No, Swole! Come on, no! No, no. Poopy is fine. Not Poofy. Poofy is illegal. You're emotionally banned. You understand, Swole? You are emotionally banned. I trusted you. I trusted you so much. You betrayed my trust. How could you? You really started to enjoy Nioh 2 once you got far into New Game Plus. I was able to appreciate what a good game it is when played properly, yeah. So question, do I think we will get to travel to Ninja Gaiden Timeline in 3 and fight the actual Hayabusa? I doubt it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they have some equivalent of that boss. I imagine one thing they probably want to do is start to have Nioh 3 kind of like give Nioh more of its own unique identity. I mean, that's what I'd want to do anyway. Is like, yeah, it's nice to have the little cameo thing for Ninja Gaiden, but it just to be like, oh cool, yeah, Ninja Gaiden fans rewarded, as opposed to, oh shit, it's such a critical part of the game. Yes, well, you get to abuse the power of being a moderator. Congrats. Okay. Let's see, did I get everything I wanted to in the past levels? Yeah, this is a new game, guys. It's called Nioh. Hot Springs used? Yeah, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Voice in the Twilight, which one is this? Is this campus one? Sure, why the hell not? Yeah, this is brand new. Nioh 2 exclusive. Brand new game. But yeah, I'm playing on a first playthrough, so. So I'm just running random ass armor, A agility as usual, and then being able to sense stuff, and then sword hatchets. That's about it. I'm playing with the PS5 controller. Kind of strange. Alright, come on, Katie. Yeah, playing Nioh 2 today. Just for today. I was talking to Cass about like what game should I play. I was like, Nioh... What the hell, yo? I was like, Nioh... Come on, I can't sheet swap properly. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey, easy there. What do I normally use? A DualShock 4. Yeah, Flux 2 now. Let's go. I'm used to a DualShock 4. So having... Relax. Oh my god. Good. Okay, now there's an Anki up in here, right? Oh, I dodged too quickly. Throw the bombs. There you do. This is rude. Oh, yo. Is that a Shadow Sword yet? Let's see. Okay, cool. There you go, Ziggy. How we doing, buddy? Excuse me, is that what I told you you can do? Okay. Snap kick, what the hell, yo? One. Oh, this is so difficult. No, you didn't even want to do it? Okay. Yeah, get killed by your brother. Or don't. No, you didn't want to give me the soul core? Okay, you suck. So Soul Pool, you'll never understand hatchets. Hatchets aren't reliant on elements. It's just you have to get comfortable with basically doing lots of hit and run tactics. In the Soul Core video, you mentioned about doing a Guardian Spirit tier list. Would I really do it? I considered it, but I don't really want to anymore. It's just not that, like, it's a lot of the stuff it's not really that interesting to me, to be honest. So like, I'm just like not gonna bother. I've changed a lot of the ways that I stream and whatnot. So if it doesn't interest me, I just don't bother. Yeah, hatchets are tricky. You think I should make a female character in Nioh 3? That's not happening, bro. No. No way. Not happening. You wanna know why? Because I'm making Jack Garland. It's just gonna be me and Jack Garland. That's it. Every time I style shift, time for a change. This is the one. That's what's really important. You want to see the best guardian spirits? Yeah, I mean, the thing is with the whole guardian spirits thing, it's like, it's subjective. There's certain, like, I have certain things I like. Some things other people don't like as much. It's not really like a right or wrong answer. Just the thing. I don't mind playing with a guy. I don't need to play as a woman. I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Alright, what do I desire? Boulder Breaker. Alright, so Swole. The one skill that I would say works really well for the hatchets and I think does a great job of really expanding upon like the hatchet's entire set of plays is this move Wild Surge 2. You basically have the hatchet throw, so you turn the range into some pretty close, like, impactful stuff. I could point out the best options for each yokai shift. Again, very subjective, and there's so much creativity. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not that interested in creating a video like that. It's a lot of work for very little sense of satisfaction. Like, really, my video would, like, if I were to create like, I could talk about it on stream, but I wouldn't really enjoy it. Alright, anyway, what do I want? Do I want to get Boulder Breaker? That's gonna take forever to get. What about Nioh 3 Guardian Spirits? Honestly, I think figuring out what's the best option is a little secondary from something else, which I'll talk about. I got some questions I gotta answer that are easy, and then I'll get back to the big complex one. Have I played Rise of the Ronin? Yep, I have. I don't know how much... Nioh 3 does certainly take some lessons from Rise of the Ronin, but in terms of their core experiences, they feel pretty different. Am I playing the PS5 version? No, I'm not playing the PS5 remastered version because for whatever reason, it makes me want to get... Like, I want to play the complete edition, and for whatever reason, I don't have it for the PS5 version, even though I'm playing the complete edition for this. So it's kind of bizarre. Is Ninja Sword in Nioh 3 only available on Ninja mode? So you have Ninja Sword for Ninja style, and then a regular sword for Samurai style. They play very differently. So, okay, with the whole, like, what's the best here, what's the best there type of stuff when it comes to guardian spirits or anything of that nature, truth be told, I find that to be a distraction for me because it kind of focuses away from having the fun. Like, there could be some interaction that someone discovers tomorrow when it comes to guardian spirits, for example, which will totally just, like, blow my mind. I'll be like, oh, that's such a cool combination. And the danger with just focusing on the best is that I'm not then opening myself up to new possibilities and experimenting. And the way to find out, quote unquote, what's the best is to just find what's cool and what works and test all the interactions. So it kind of goes back to the whole thing of like, what's the meta? I can either choose to focus on like, hey, what's the best, and just kind of obsess over the meta, so to speak. But that comes at a cost of me actually enjoying my time. And I'm not willing to sacrifice my sense of fun in favor of figuring out what's the best. And besides, truth be told, the way that I play is to just figure out what's the most fun and get really damn good at it because it's so fun. So I do in Ninja Gaiden as well. And it just so happens to be like, it looks pretty cool. So I'm going to do the same thing with Nioh 2 and Nioh 3. I look at the stuff which is enjoyable. Right, I don't give a shit that much about optimization. A lot of my play seems optimized, but it's less optimized for like damage or output or anything like that, as opposed to like, ooh, this looks cool. For example, Guardian Spirit stuff. I'll say I like Ho-Oh with White Tiger. I'd be like, you know what's cool? Phantom form, you use Ho-Oh's Guardian Spirit skill, and you have those, you know, like the birds will cross, and then you have like White Tiger, Purity beaming everything at the same time. For someone who is, say, a little focused on the meta a bit much, they might be like, dude, you're using White Tiger. White Tiger's trash. Or, oh, you use Kuroka. Kuroka's trash. And I'm like, whatever. I don't want to get into this type of discussion anyway. Or, I'll use Hyobishin and pair it with Gyuki. It looks cool. That's why I do it. Where it's like, oh, big fire, and then you have like Yuki coming out of the middle, like perfectly synced. I'm like, that's so cool. I love how that looks. And there's interesting interactions with that. Or, you know, like I just don't want to go down the route of like optimization and meta, because if I focus on that, it invites a whole other types of discussions I'm just not interested in. Even on my like favorite weapon tier list, I actually like made a mistake of like saying soul, like, or even like my soul core tier list. I call it soul core tier list, and like I should probably change it if I care enough. But like I have to tell people that, hey, this is like subjective and this is about what I enjoy. And, you know, I get comments like, this is a shit tier list. And I'm like, you obviously didn't watch the video. Because the first things I say, it's like, hey, this is about what I find enjoyable, what I like. And I put like Ippon on like B or C tier. But from a meta perspective, and not that I necessarily agree with it, but from a meta perspective, Ippon is number 1. I'm like, Ippon's good, but eh. Right, exactly. People like Gaki for the Amrita steal. I obviously hate it on principle. So, you know, it's just a subjective matter. And I just play the way that I play to have fun. That's about it. Like, that's like, that's it. I pick the stuff that I think is the coolest. Alright, let me see. What do I want to get? To be honest, I don't even think Ippon is like as amazing as people think it is. I'm like, for 7 anima, I'm like, that's really expensive. I'm like, for 1 more anima, I get Mizuki and I can actually like kill enemies. So if I know how to set up Mizuki, I'm in better shape. I'm like, for 1 more anima, I'm like, okay, let's... Alright, and the people are like, oh, Ippon's fast. I'm like, yeah, I know. I know it's fast, I know it stuns, I know that. I know why it's good. But to suggest it's the end-all be-all, I'm like, when you don't especially... And it's... Especially when you don't understand how to use the other soul cores, I'm like, okay, bro, I think you're overinflating it. There's a reason why I don't use Ippon. Okay. So, well, since we are on the fun stuff topic, which one was the coolest enhanced state? Living weapon, yokai shift, or living artifact? Ooh. I have yet more to see living artifact. Like, living weapon, it can just be discarded in my mind. Right now, it's in between yokai shift and living artifact. The one edge that living artifact has is that, like, its base attacks and its charge attacks are, like, beyond amazingly cool. You can style shift, like, effortlessly. Like, there's a lot that living artifact has going for it. So it seems like it could be that. Yeah, Murti, yeah, PS5 playthrough. It's been a while since I played without the skill mod, correct? Alright, what do I want to get? I'll probably just get Piercing Hurl Light, maybe? Or Lethal Barrage, can I get it? I can't even get this? Are you crazy? I'm not gonna get Dohor Shadow. It'll be either Piercing Hurl Light. I suppose I could get Tile Shaker. I'm gonna be in the Yatsukami level. Heaven's Clash. Wait. Dual Hurl Light for Heaven's Clash? Yeah, I'm not gonna use Heaven's Clash. Alright, so I think either Tile Shaker. No, not Chain Hurl. Can't even get Mountain Climber. Boulder Breaker. Sure, why the hell not? Play to have fun and just become very good at it has to be the best advice I've heard to go about any game of this genre. Yeah, that's what I do. That's the whole getting good at it is very secondary. It just happens as a side effect. Yeah, Ninja Sword, new Ninja Sword style. And there's stuff like Flowing Swallow or Flying Swallow. It has that equivalent, which I think is awesome. I'll just do these. Why the hell not? Yeah, Umbertia, I'm not gonna farm. By the way, since I don't have the skill mod, I'm not gonna like try to farm. I'm not gonna farm. I'm not gonna farm those skills. Yeah, like ninja style sword. The ninja sword in ninja style. Gosh, that's quite a tongue twister. Yeah, they have like this ability called Sky Rift, which is effectively the equivalent of Flowing Shadow. So, pretty cool. Alright, bombs away. No? Let's parry. I don't know, let's try again. Oh, I can't parry for shit. I do have it, right? Oh my god. Okay, I'm a bit over leveled, bro. No. Well, Ryu is a guaranteed drop for Azuna drop, so I'll get the Flame Dragon Scroll and Azuna drop, but beyond that, I'm not like gonna try to get everything. It's just too much work for. It's just too much work, and I'm just only playing through Nioh 2 like one more time. I've already overplayed the shit out of this. How do you plan on staying aggressive on enemies that punish the perfect Q pulse timing? I just don't do perfect Q pulse. That's really it. You just don't do the perfect Q pulse in that moment. What's the idea for this playthrough? I'm playing it on PS5. So play Nioh 2 one more time before Nioh 3 comes out, and then I delete the game. I downloaded Nioh 1 and Nioh 2, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll play Nioh 1 again. Oh my gosh, my timing is shit. Oh my god, I have flash attack, I forgot, holy shit. If you do a perfect key pulse, it will work. It's just the delay is something to be considered. Whether or not I think the delay is worth it for the extra key gain or not. Bruh, these enemies are paper weak. Aerial Flame Dragon Scroll would be hilarious. Now we're talking. Bruh, complete waste. Completely wasted. Easy peasy. Flux 1 and Flux 2 do work on perfect timing. Just to be clear, it does. It's just, again, perfect key pulse timing is going to depend. You're going to have to account for time. I love how that still works. Yeah, Nioh 3 will be played on PS5. So you meant early? Oh, you can flux early. I do that a lot. Perfect key pulse I'll go for in very specific situations. Yes, it's releasing on both platforms, Amartya, but my PC won't be able to handle it. Oh, I don't have light and darkness. Right, and as other people in chat are mentioning, PC performance is a bit of a concern. So why bother take that risk? Why bother? I wouldn't take that risk. So there's no need for me to take that risk. Yeah, we're getting Enenra, Ryomen, and Hino Enma at the very least. Hey, what's up, Mommy G? Yeah, Hino Enma will be in Nioh 3. So, yeah. Yeah, look at that key management. Ain't that right? Yeah, it's Ryu! Dragon Ninja. Try it. No? Joke. Oh yeah? Nioh 2 is a difficult game? Okay, got it. I'll be on the lookout. Thanks for letting me know. I decided to make Nioh newcomers look bad today. Yes, that was my thinking. My thinking is when I come on stream, I want to make other people feel bad. That's why I stream. Okay, excellent. Perfect. Okay, I can go for that. That'll be big. No, that's not what I... Stop. No, that's not what I do. The dark poofer arc. Okay, calm it there. Do you think they'll try something new for the endgame in Nioh 3 that might involve the open field? Perhaps, yeah. I imagine they'll try to do something better than they did for Nioh 2. Who knows? Yeah, get me Jack Garland armor. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, that'd be amazing. I do think that I do hope they'll do something new for the endgame. I don't know for sure. What do you think they will do different with the online modes? I don't know if they'll do that much. Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll get to fight the Ninetales this time. It's possible. You know, Enma is making a comeback. So, you know, I was like, I don't need Hino Enma, but I guess other players got their wish. Right, there are. I don't know if we'll fight Ninetales. I don't know who we'll fight, but I'm gonna find out, I guess. Oh. How did I get a double kill? I don't understand. Bruh, just PS5 playthrough doesn't even need a game title cause thumbnail. Yeah, pretty much. That was mean. It's going pretty good. How are you, Liu Kang? my god. What other period could there be for DLC? I'm curious about whether they will add in like alternate timelines or something. Maybe they won't have necessarily different areas. I don't know how they're gonna do it. But it might just be like, oh, here's like Sengoku era and like a different altered timeline. I don't know. I have no clue. You make this game look so easy? Yeah, that tends to happen if you've no-lifed it. No-lifed it and made guides for it. What if they do a futuristic Ninja Gaiden 4 collaboration? Hey, I'm down for it. Oh my god, what are we doing? Yeah, Nioh 3 has time travel. Yeah, that's why. Exactly. We get the time travel in the past and in the future. That's why we go to the Bakumatsu period. Yes, we are doing the Flash's work now. So we're the Flash and our brother is the Reverse Flash. It works out perfectly, doesn't it? Brother's got such a punchable face. Poor actor. Momiji, you're retired. No, I'm not using a Gaki Soul Core. Absolutely not. Okay. Boo, really? Really? You're booing me? Well, boo you. Bonk. He's very unvillain-like. Why would anybody be scared of that pretty boy model actor face? There you go. Very kind. Gotta be positive, Amartya, about even the villains, even the baddies. Exactly. No, we're not talking about Gakis. I'm killing them, but we're not talking about them. Enjoy. Oh, you're dead. Sucks to suck. Yeah, you can talk about Nioh 3 stuff here, that's fine. It was part of the reason why I played Nioh, so we could just talk about Nioh things. Okay, minus the Gaki Chief. No, no, no. about no? No, none of this, no. That's being ignored. No more, none of this Gaki Chief garbage. You know, is there things you haven't told us for Nioh 3? No, I've told you everything I know. Did I snag anything cool on Black Friday? Yeah, I had some pumpkin pie. No, I didn't buy anything for Black Friday. I didn't really feel like buying anything. Ooh, yokai ability keep pulse. Holy shit, I want that now. Very good, very good. I was considering upgrading to like a PS5 Pro. That was one thing I was considering. But then I was like, I don't really know if I want it. It's like, okay, yeah, it's on sale for like $650, but then I've traded in my PS5 Slim, and then I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. Okay. No, everything I know about Nioh 3, I've told you guys. Everything is just speculation at this point. I don't know anything else. I suspect, here are my suspicions, that they won't release a beta. My guess is that they already have the vision of what they want to do, and they're good with it. And the only thing left for them to do is just get it ready for February. That's about it. So, yeah, 650 bucks. Or sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. This is what happens when I read chat and try to formulate complex thoughts at the same time while I'm having a discussion. So, okay. I don't think they're gonna have a Nioh 3 beta. I think it's too late. But I do think that we'll have like that last chance trial demo that they'll probably have sometime in January. That's my guess. But in terms of any other content, any other exclusives, I got nothing. I wish I did. Now, if you were to ask me that last month, then I would say the same thing I'm saying now. But so I can understand it can be a little tricky to believe me. But yeah, I got nothing. So okay, your question was, just wanted to ask if the new ninja shift makes the samurai low stance a little less relevant since the ninja is now the new fast stance. No, I didn't think so. I was trying things in low stance a lot in the limited demo, and there still felt like a very functional difference between low stance for samurai style and just ninja style. Like, low stance is speedier for samurai stance, but it just, the ninja style experience at large compared to samurai style experience, they're quite different. So yeah, ninja is faster, but samurai style like is just very unique, and I appreciated that. I saw Shinsaku Takasugi fighting near Guan Yu Sachu and Rise of the Ronin. You know what's going on there? I don't remember too much about Rise of the Ronin, but I do remember that fight in some way. Oh, was that Guan Yu, or I thought it was, who was that dual swords guy? That anti-shogunate guy? I forget. Forget what his name was. I thought it was somebody else. Yeah, so Soulpool, PS5 Pros are $650 just on sale. I'm gonna have a good night. I'll see you later. So yeah, PS5 Pros are $650. I could get a refurbished one, but like after thinking about it, I'm just like, dude, I could just get a GPU. Realistically speaking, just get a new GPU. Yes, exactly, Amartya. Gensui, yeah, that guy. So it was him. I thought it was him near the Guan Yu statue. I don't remember. Did I play Wu Chang Fallen Feathers? Nope, I passed on it. Alright, see you later. Alright, very close to getting this. This will be good. I want that. Alright, we'll get that too. And then I'll get those. Okay. Just gotta wait for that. Okay, got my sneak attack. What are your thoughts on those developers? I don't know who they are. This is Nioh 2, it's not Nioh 3. Of course I'm allowed to stream the full game Nioh 2. Yeah, if it was Nioh 3, bro, I would just, this would be a very, very different feel to the stream. I'd like hype it up and whatever and whatnot and, you know, chat all about it. This is Nioh 2 though. You never tried Wolong, should I? I don't know if I can answer that for you. It just would depend. I would just say take a look at some gameplay and see if it interests you. I enjoyed Wolong. I'm glad I played it one time, but that may not be your thing. Frost Spear? What about Frost Spear? What are we talking about? How many playthroughs have I done? Too many. Dude, Ryan, what are you talking about? You don't make any sense. Just keep hush up, Team Ninja doesn't see. So they're using the same engine again. Optimization should have a head start at least. I mean, yeah, it should. I guess we'll just find out how things play out, you know? God, I have to worry about this shit. Nioh 2 has spoiled you so badly to the point where if I try to buy anything and play anything Nioh, my brain would say I could just be playing Nioh 2. And then you go back to Nioh 2 and refund the game. Yeah, I know that feeling too. Ryan, it's not working, bro. Why? Why? Why are you doing this? Alright. Hey, what's up, Elements? forgot to do some stuff. I haven't been doing my brute counter stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's a fresh Nioh 2 save on PS5. First time I ever played it on... Well, first real time I've played it on here. Aren't really into build aspects of Nioh 2, but did you try to play through different aspects, like only through Yokai Shift or Ninjutsu? A little bit. I dabbled with some of the graces, but nothing like too big. Still not doing a brute counter afterwards. Alright, Ryan, bro, you're being weird. Anyway, you did play Nioh 2 yesterday. Yomi was in the depths and painfully showed me how much I've forgotten. I'm back and cool with it now. Excellent. So, oh, I missed this. You did a run into a glitch the other day in Eye of the Beholder, where William suddenly has invisible Soyama drew dagger and did a grapple on a Mizuki right after falling from a ledge. That is weird. Hey, what's up, Young? Have I ever died to a Gaki? Hayabusa, you are emotionally banned. This is bannable, unethical behavior. How aggressive were the enemies in the playtest? I was worried they'd ramp that up because of the deflag being a really strong defensive mechanic. I think the best way for me to say it is that it felt pretty comfortable. I didn't feel like anything was too off balance, like enemies were too hyper aggressive. It felt pretty standard Nioh stuff. It just was nice that we have more defensive tools. And while deflect is strong, I didn't actually think it was like it. Everything felt appropriate. That's the best way for me to put it. Enemies were aggressive, but it felt like I could match. Alright, Soulpool. See you when you get back. Ooh, Sword of Celerity. That is actually very useful. Okay, I got a lot of skills I can go for. Swift Step, I can hold off on later. Kick is useful. All the parry stuff's gonna take a bajillion years. Sword of Celerity, very good. Yeah, I'll just get the fun. Yeah, I didn't find anything like off really that off balance. Even fighting Cowboy, I think his like biggest thing was what, living weapon, or sorry, living artifact. But that's like it. Do I think Brood is the best to start with? For me it is, because you just see red hit smash. Yeah, there are group encounters quite a bit in Nioh 3, but there are also a lot of single encounters, and there's enough variety to keep it fresh for me. No sort of discernment, god damn it. Hey, what's up, Ricardo? Oh, look at that switchglaive. Isn't that cool? You played Nioh 2 after a while of not playing the other day and tried charging a UT after doing the Azuna drop grapple? How does Nioh 2 feel after Nioh 3? Like, I just need to play Nioh 3. Nioh 2 is just like... it's just old now, to me. Once I finish this playthrough, once I'm done with this, I just won't ever... I have no need to ever play this game again. What do I want? I would just get Piercing Hurl Light. Nioh 2 is fun, but... Nioh, like... I'm just playing this because I just wanted a little bit of a break from Ninja Gaiden 4, because there's always just... like, it requires so much brain. Okay. Look at this little shit. Okay, thank you. I don't know the answer to the UI question. I don't know. I didn't. That's like one of those things I just didn't think to look for. Oh look, it's Noriona. I've never fought this enemy before. Yeah, like a lot of these things that you're asking me questions for, I wish I could give you guys answers, but I just like don't. I just like didn't have the chance. You want the UI to fade out? Maybe they will have that. Maybe they could have it like the way they do for Ninja Gaiden 4. I'll probably do some combo videos for Nioh 3. Probably. Oh, that hurt. Oh shit! Nioh 3 podcasts? I considered it, but like, I don't know at this point, man. I might do some combo videos, but they're very low. I'm gonna just focus on just like helping people have more fun. That's honestly something I'm more interested in. The whole combo video thing would be showcased for people to basically be like, oh, stuff with the game's possible. Oh my god. Get down. Bring back RB Frosty. I mean, I could, yeah. Took you 20 tries to kill Yatsuno Kami? Yeah, pretty tricky. Would I say the input responsiveness in 3 is faster than 2? I think that's a pretty reasonable statement, yeah. It felt very natural to play. Inputs responded well. My brain did not, though. Nope, screw this, bro. For a second you thought I was holding the blade of the Archfiend, if only. Oh, it does kind of look like it, right? Just for a split second, if it just had that. Do I think there's a possibility of PvP in Nioh 3? I don't. I don't think there is a possibility. Did Deflect feel overpowered? Nope, not at all. Not a single bit. It didn't feel like better than dodging in all cases. It felt like being able to deflect everything doesn't actually mean you're gonna destroy stuff. It means you might have the potential to do so, but you kinda gotta play smart, otherwise you will die. Kind of tricky question, but do I know if you can change sword key as L1 triangle instead of hold triangle? I don't know how much we can reassign, but it might be possible. I don't think Nioh, like, it'd be cool to have PvP in Nioh, but like, I don't like, it's a nice to have, it's not a must have. Right, Arif. That's my thinking as well, that it could just turn into a spam fest and then all of a sudden PvP sucks. Nioh 1 had PvP, yeah, and it was cool there. But here, in games like this, I don't think it makes as much sense. Because how the fuck do you balance the yokai abilities? And then if you could, I guess, get rid of them, sure, but then that also feels bad. Right, like if you play Nioh 3, just imagine Nioh 3 just deflecting everything. It's like, that's not that fun, bro. I would love PvP to be a thing, but actually getting it implemented probably would require a lot of sacrifices that ultimately wouldn't even be that fun. Yep, so yeah, you guys are making some great points about things related to that. In Nioh 3 we might have that. They have a Sudama vendor. But I have yet to see exactly what they will do in terms of all that blacksmith goodness. He's too slow. Alright, well, you're probably gonna get the grab off on me. No? Okay. Are there hidden skills in Nioh 3? They have, I don't know exactly. They do have you can unlock a bunch of skills. There's a lot of those, like Crucible related things. Oh shit. Yeah, Nioh 2 does have hidden skills. Usually from like just killing a boss. Yeah, so Nioh 2 has a lot of like hidden skills, but they're usually just like things you get as drops from bosses. That's pretty much it. It's not a post-game thing. Quite a few bosses will drop it. I'm trying to think of the earliest one who can drop it. I think Imagawa Yoshimoto, he is the earliest one. He has like Punish the Proud. Why am I playing on my PC5? PC broke? No, my PC didn't break. I just have Nioh 2 on my PS5, so just play it on my PS5. I've never played it on PS5. That's really it. Yeah, so the hidden skills in Nioh 3, if they can even be called hidden, just seem to have like certain objectives. So it's like, oh, you kill a boss, and then you can get like a skill or something of that nature. How does it feel on PS5? Like, no different. Like, no different at all. Yeah, I know. Hear me. Alright, let's get some fancy agility things. Yeah, we'll take that. I don't. Why would I want that though? Yeah, no skill expansion mod sucks. Is there a way to get mods on PS5? I have no clue. cool. Yeah, Team Ninja stuff feels quite unique. I'm very grateful for it. Oh, alright, let's see what else I got. How does Sword feel compared to Nioh's 3s? I mean, everything with Nioh 3 I think feels better. Yeah, I'm playing with hatchets, that's right. What's the difference between Brute, Burst Counter versus Phantom? Talking about timing specifically. Brute doesn't really have any timing. It's just you see red, you hit smash. It's treat it like an interrupt. Phantom Burst Counter is basically wait until you're about to get hit. Am I interested in the new Onimusha? I'm curious about it. I just don't... It's kind of competing with my time with other things, so... It's a little... I'm interested, but not as interested in Nioh 3 as much as I am interested in Nioh 3, which I don't think surprises anybody. Oh my gosh. I think Nioh 3 will be the best one. I don't have any anima shit. Do I think they'll add a new weapon for the DLC? I imagine they would. I think it's possible. I just don't know if it will be the case. I have way more viewers when playing Nioh 2. Yeah. That's very much to be expected. Yeah, my channel, you know, surprise surprise, Nioh streamer is watched by more people who like Nioh. That's pretty much what I'm known for. Alright, great, I got the trophy. Okay. What is the best improvement Nioh 3 has over Nioh 2 open field? I think open field is one part of it, but I think the best improvement is the style dynamic. The whole style shifting. Front and center. The open field is more like a nice addition. To me, I think it's great. But style shifting makes things, it just expands gameplay so much. You're staying skeptical on Nioh 3 and being careful to not overhype so much, as good as it might be. 2 feels like the lightning in a bottle for me that not a lot of games manage to achieve, and that's totally fair. You don't have the data you need to get super hyped, so I'd wait. Makes sense. Is split staff still your favorite weapon in Nioh 2? Not exactly. I kind of made like a soul core tier list, where I kind of, or a weapon, personal weapon tier list of sorts. So I think I liked sword hatchets the most because there's the most variety. So surprise, surprise, I'm playing it now. You can yokai grapple right from a sneak attack. Nice. Does it also work with sneak attack with yokais? I'll have to test. I don't remember. Name's not Poofy Taco-kun. Why are we doing that? Can you tell if the spear from Nioh 3 is different from Nioh 3? It's kind of hard to tell from the previous beta. Yes, it's different in how skills are reassigned. We have yet to see a lot of new skills for it, but it'll play differently. Like, for example, fluidity got reworked into something where I'm like, oh, that actually seems like a kick-ass choice. So you can check that out. In my gameplay impressions video for the limited demo, I do have a Google Drive that I shared with people where it's like, here you go, take a look at 300 screenshots. And in one of those things, a lot of those photos also does involve like changes to the spear, whether it's like combo enders and whatnot. Anything I'm scared about for Nioh 3? Not really, to be honest. Like, so for example, the whole time traveling thing that one of the YouTube chatters is talking about, for me, the story could be like, hey, main character needs to get a fridge, here you go, go across time and dimensions. I'm like, sure. Story is not something I'm looking at Nioh 3 for. I'm mostly concerned about gameplay experience stuff, and style and with the way that gameplay so far is going and the direction it's going, it's looking pretty good. So I'm sure they'll do lots of things related to story that'll be cool, but like, I'm not that scared. I'm overall pretty positive. So far, all the evidence is suggesting that Nioh 3 will be the most fun I've had. So I'll just stick with it. What's the hardest weapon to learn in Nioh 2? This is ultimately subjective, but I think many people find hatchets difficult. Hatchets took me a while to understand, but then once I understood that, hey, like, I need to just do hit and run a lot. And really, not just in like a sheepish way, but like, I need to play ranged a good amount, but then like not be afraid to go on melee range and smash. And once I can understand how to control player range quite a bit, then all of a sudden hatchets like felt super fun. Alright, Poofer, I have an odd idea. Have you ever tried to play Nioh 2 different than you ever have? I mean, I tried, I don't know how differently we're talking about. But yeah, I suppose. What weapon? Can you style shift as an active move cancel? At this time, I don't think so. I think it's not a move cancel. Maybe it'll change. Maybe they will make it so you can style shift at any fucking time, which wouldn't surprise me, considering how in Nioh 3 you can equip versatility. Like, are you crazy? Just versatility. Don't need Benzai Ten's grace. Don't need Susanoo's grace. Just equip the common skill. Versatility. Oh, bro, what? That was weird. My monitor like flashed. I don't know, like using a bunch of abilities you never use and trying to make them work. Swapul, I have used every single weapon, every single yokai ability, every single one, and made it work. Everyone. That doesn't, and we can neglect Biwa Boku Boku, but I've even made, yeah, you can do like everything. So maybe Jutsu play is the one thing I didn't do in Nioh 2, which is why I was very surprised that in Nioh 3 I did. Whatever, Swapul. Actually wonder how many hours do I have in Nioh? Several thousand at least at this point. What additional content do you think each DLC will add? New game pluses, more weapon types, more spirit abilities. The garden spirits. Probably. I don't know, truth be told. Alright, so I missed a question, so let me get back into it. Still gotta catch up. What was the question? What weapon combination in Nioh 2 do I think is the weakest? Honestly, I don't really think there's a weakest one. I think it just depends who's playing it. I've tried like all 55 different weapon combinations. I thought like Axodachi would be the worst because it's heavy weapons, and I'm like, nope, there's a way to make it work. Did Ninja have a flash attack in the build you played? Yep. Yes, it does. What does versatility do again? It basically increases your damage the different amount of skills that you use. So after you use, it goes up to 9 stacks, and at 9 stacks of using different martial arts, you'll get a 60% damage boost, which was immensely popular with the build community. So you should try the Jitsus this last run. Yeah, I've already tried it. It was boring. I got bored pretty quickly. What's my favorite weapon? I think the ones that I'm using, sword and hatchets, I find to be the most enjoyable at large. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that one. God damn it. Okay. Does Nioh 3 seem to support specializing in either ninja or samurai mode, or does it encourage you to swap between them often? From the interviews with the developers, it'll do both. As in, if you want to specialize in one, you can. If you want to use both, you can. You don't have to shift at all. Style shift at all if you don't want to. Where's the last Kodama? I don't think I got it. Oh, I don't think I went in here. Yeah. Here we are. Yep, okay, I got them all now. Hey, it'd be nice if it skyrockets my channel. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Ow. I make this game look so cool. Swolpool, have you not seen my YouTube gameplay? You've seen it? I'm always impressed. Oh, thanks. Do I think an additional playtest is needed? There is a difference between I think it's needed versus whether the developers think it's needed. I think if the developers felt it was needed, they would have gotten feedback already. They would have like put out a beta already. Because they have like a little over 2 months left before the game is going to be released. 2 months is not enough time to make major changes, in my opinion. Unless like they have like a massive team, which I don't think they do. I think they have the data that they needed from the alpha demo, which is why they did it back in June. And I remember when I was at Koei Tecmo America's offices, I was asked by the Team Ninja's community manager about like if I thought anything big, like anything like super big. And I was like, no, not really. I did say I wanted like an extra Guardian Spirit skill, that'd be nice. But like, by and large, I think whatever major feedback, they're not looking for major feedback, so they'd probably rather spend their time getting the game ready to actually be published and sold, rather than get more data on what they could do to improve. They needed the beta for Nioh 2. They needed the beta because there was such a like disdain for Nioh 2's alpha. Where it was like, oh, just Nioh 1.5. So they're like, fuck, we gotta change this. Okay, let's get some feedback for Nioh 2's beta. Now, they'll probably have like a proper demo. Probably have like a proper demo for Nioh 3 in Last Chance Trial. But I think they're pretty much at the stage of like, hey, unless there's like anything big or major that is missing, like otherwise we're just gonna focus on shipping the game. Why do you change your stance from high to mid to then low? Is there any advantage? Yes, there is. Here you go. Flux 2. So if I change 2 stances, I basically get extra key. I think Flux 2 is silly. I think it should just be Flux. Like, having to do an extra input for Flux 2 is one of the most superfluous things I can think of. But, oh well, it's here. Alright, let's get some more quick draw power. Now, for the playtest, I would want to give feedback, but I think that the feedback that I might give, or players would give, would be about weapon play. And it would just kind of be focused on that. But I think the feedback that they would get is just like whether or not the weapons feel good to play, and whether it might change the mind of players who are like, oh, every weapon should be in both styles and stuff like that. So I think they've probably weighed all the pros and cons in that and are just like, we don't need this data. We already know what we're doing. So we'll go from there. Okay, so question. So, do we need builds in New Game Plus and Nioh 2? If yes, then how do we make good builds? You don't need a build in New Game Plus. You can have one. A normal player, can you play Nioh 2 New Game Plus without good builds? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know what I'm doing right now? Fresh playthrough? I'm not even giving a shit about the stat distribution as usual. It's just even in all stats, and then that's it. And then the only thing I'm concerned about is making sure my agility or my equipment weight is under 30%. I'm like, that's it. That's really about it. So if you want to have good builds, how do you make good builds? I actually have a guide which will tell you. So like one of my new YouTube videos is about how to make builds on each of the difficulties respectively. Okay. What I mean is even if you change your stance 2 times, you get even more key back. Yeah, look here. I'll do morning moon in high stance and then switch to mid stance. Alright, that's 1 stance change. Okay, actually I should put on numbers for this, otherwise it's too difficult to follow. Okay, let's give you some numbers, alright? So I have 1047 ki. I'm gonna do a morning moon and then so one high stance quick and then morning moon, perfect ki pulse, and then do flux into mid stance. Alright? So just one stance change. Okay, for a split second, 898 ki. Alright, I got to 898. Versus say 1000. Or if I keep pulse a little better, basically back to full. Okay, I think I did get everything. I think I could just go for Yatsu no Kami now. Yep, so Flux 2 is basically extra key. I still think the input is superfluous. I think just Flux is enough. And then they can give a buff to Flux 2. But beyond that, like, I just find it silly. Alright, let's take out Snake. Let's see if I can kill it first try, no hit and whatever. Just for the extra points. The answer is no on the no hit. Oh well. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. I forgot. When it pops into the arena, it actually will hit me. Oh well. What's my favorite boss fights in Nioh 1 and Nioh 2? So, let's see. I kind of forgot all the bosses in Nioh 1 in terms of, like, they're not that memorable anymore compared to bosses in Nioh 2. I think with Nioh 2, my favorite boss fights involve Ren Hayabusa, the DLC version of Shuten Doji. I think those are, like, amongst my favorites. Okay, cool. Very nice. I need those dojo missions. That'll be very handy. Good, I got that. Yes, I think Yatsu no Kami is a fantastic soul core. Is it worth doing all the submissions in Nioh 2? Some of them can give interesting rewards, so I think just doing all of them at some point, even just once, can be nice. But for some Japanese guy wrote a whole paper on Ninja Gaiden 4 strats and moves, etc. Oh boy. We got Ninja Gaiden 4 essays? Yeah, go ahead, take a look. You can't read any of it? Sad times. But you'll post it? Yo, just get it translated. Google Translate or some shit. The placement of this tutorial is so bizarre. It's like, oh, we don't want to overwhelm you, so we'll help you learn ninjutsu later. Even then the tutorial mission is just like the most basic thing. Oh, you equip it and then you use it. Okay. It's so silly. Yeah, Yatsu no Kami Soul Core is very good. Even after nerfs, it's still really good. It's so long it has a table of contents. Whereas what are some must-have ninjutsu and Onmyo magic skills in my opinion? Well, I'll speak less for me and more for other people. So just hold on. Give me a moment, I guess. Do we really have to be a Gaki? So with the answers to the question of what are the must-have ninjutsu and Onmyo magic skills, this is again going to be subjective and this is not what I use, but I will address it as if it's a newer player who is a little unfamiliar with Nioh at large and would just like a little break in terms of difficulty and whatnot. Alright, let me make sure my locks get used. Okay, good. Alright, so I think for many players having Sloth is incredibly handy. Being able to slow enemies down, it's pretty useful. I think that's a really good one. Not Shockwave. Shockwave's fun. I think Barrier is also another very valuable one for players, so slowing people down, having dramatically higher key recovery speed is really good. I think Protection's another good one too for players. I think those are probably the biggest ones. After that, for offensive things, any of the familiar talismans are super handy for that quick elemental application. Then you can have things like Arch Yokai to help you get stuff. I think those are probably some of the most handy ones. actually good. I wanted that one. Okay, I can get rid of... Oh, okay, let me get rid of a point. I think for ninjutsu... it's a little trickier. I think the feathers are really, really good for players. Just having that source of damage is always nice. I think that's... And then you have the traps. You have like a lot of the poison stuff. Like, honestly, I don't really know all that much. Oh yeah, quick change. I forgot that in ninjutsu. Yeah, it's a really, really good point. Completely forgot it. Yeah, Nioh 3 is expensive. Very, very expensive. Damn, I wanted to equip that. Take 5% less damage? That ain't worth it. So they're doing 2 DLCs, not 3 this time. So one might release in September, the other one would be like next year or something. Next, February. But I don't know, it's subject to change. Was any of the overworld map loot actually good? You're talking about like the mission map? The loot over here? Not really, it was just more like cool, interesting tidbits of information to find out. I didn't think anything that memorable. It was just like, oh, it exists, cool. Ah, damn, I wanted to use the Hatsune. I guess I'll live without that. Let's see. Sure, I'll use Yatsunokami Aberrant, that'll help. Yeah, we'll just go to the next mission, why not? I'm not that big on doing everything all over again. I'm trying to avoid watching much gameplay, but does Nioh 3 seem to have a big graphical glow up from 2? I would say the graphics are improved, yes. I thought so. Nioh 2 is putting me to sleep? Yeah, pretty much. It's like not all that cognitively involved compared to like Nioh 3. Nioh 3 I was like, oh shit, even though this is base difficulty, like I kinda have to fucking pay attention. This is like, alright, I guess. No more Onmyo? It's just being changed. Nioh 3 felt... I wouldn't say Nioh 3 felt like immediately more frustratingly difficult. It just... the way that I play it makes it a bit different. Oh my gosh, bro. It felt more... the way that I played it, I could flex. I don't know how to explain it. I think the difficulty was overall for many like pretty challenging, but I liked it. It was just the way that I wanted to play was, you know, I like to do like all the things. It just kind of got complicated, that's all. I got to be more involved. I liked that. Like right now I'm just like, yay, morning moon. Like, you know, it's kind of boring. Just the whole progression thing, it just kind of puts me to sleep. Yeah, I'm probably not the guy to ask some of these questions. They're like, oh, it's so oh, no wonder it's not difficult for you. You've played it so many times. So like, I can just like casually talk about the game as I'm doing kind of crazier things. No, it's not about that. Stop talking about that. No. That was mean. Really? Here, take that. Okay, cool. It's hard for me to evaluate. Do I know what reverse wind is in Ninja Gaiden? Isn't that just dodge? I don't remember exactly, dude. So because of the subjectivity for difficulty, like for some people Nioh 2 is going to be more difficult, for some people it'll be easier. I was gonna say, like, it felt more involved. Got any other favorite games you've been playing off stream? Honestly, I don't really play too many video games outside of like Ninja Gaiden 4 and Nioh. Straight up, like, I don't... I'll usually like watch movies or something like that. Yo, this is so, like, sleep-inducing. Alright, so about Ninja Style. Ninja Style does not have stances, that is correct. So Samurai uses stances, Ninja does not. Does Ninja use those buttons for ninjutsu? That is correct. It took some time for me to adjust, but I had a lot of fun with it. Oh, you don't have to just throw bombs in vain. I'm of the opinion they don't need to add stances at all for Ninja Style. Does Ki Pulse human block elemental damage? I'm not certain. I haven't tested that enough. I think it's just a free block no matter what. I don't think it blocks the damage. I think it will block the key that you would lose. Never played a vanilla Nioh, as us PC plebs only got the game when it had everything included. This will be your first time playing it with that DLC already attached. Yeah, it's definitely a different experience. So, is anyone curious why I'm not worried about Ninja Style? About it not having stances? If you guys are curious, feel free to ask. If not, I'll just leave it alone. so Swole is not curious. Solithos is not worried. So, okay, so looks like Sand M2A. I definitely am. I was not all that excited after trying the demo, so I hope everything is going well. So, not unless it involves Gaki. Okay, Momiji, you're banned. You're emotionally banned. So here's the thing. So now I'm gonna go into my little talk about why I'm not worried about ninja style. Here's the thing. So yes, ninja weapons do not have stances, and if you look at the skill customization for it and the photos that I've shown, yeah, of course, it looks like less. But I think one thing I forgot to consider when I was evaluating the weapon was that, and as Soulpool put it very well, there's the whole aerial component of gameplay, which is pretty big. There's a lot of aerial stuff you can do. Aerial-based attacks. It's like its own second stance, basically. And there's direct interplay between ground and aerial play for ninja style. You can dodge in midair with ninja style. You can footstool jump on enemies with ninja style. Which is kind of wild. And not to mention, as Soulpool pretty much has my perspective down to a T, which is, there's also the whole thing with ninjutsu interactions. Ninjutsu isn't just fire feathers or water feathers or bombs or anything like that, or anything that you're used to from Nioh 2. That's obviously a part of it, but there are also things that I like a lot, like the physical arts. Physical arts are basically shit like, oh, enemy about to hit you, you teleport behind them. Or, oh, instantly jump in the air. And by the way, this action cancels the actions you're taking. It's legit a cancel. Right? So, you just have a very, very different playstyle altogether. So right, even things like smoke bombs. You can use feathers in midair. Right, you have literally the nothing personal kit. I'm using Cicada Shell, that's what it's called. So it's for anyone who's played Ninja Gaiden 3's Razor's Edge, they have Cicada Surge. In this game, they have Cicada Shell, where you just... the enemy could be shooting you far away, and you'll teleport behind them. There's also Pinwheel Shuriken, which is very much like Windwheel Shuriken, except when you throw it, you get like extra chances to keep throwing it. Yes. Oh yeah, you just like chuck your shuriken. And then if you catch it, you can throw it again for free up to 2 extra times. Right. And then, you know, so they have all these ninjutsu things that you can actively refill. You can pick the ones you want. You just like pick 3 of them. It doesn't matter what 3 you pick them. And then you can weave that into your ninja weapon play. The ones that I like were Cicada Shell. I think I like the one that jumps you up to maximum height without, and like, it was pretty cool. I tried that one. I also tried the one where you burrow underground. There's one where you just like dash forward really quickly. And at first glance, I thought like, hey, maybe it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. If melee hits give ninjutsu charges back. No, there's no if. It does. Ninjutsu is refillable. You hit with melee attacks, and it could even be in samurai style, by the way. Each style will help fill both of your gauges for each style. So like if you're in ninja style and you do stuff, you'll fill your arts gauge in your samurai style. And if you're in samurai style and you're attacking, it'll fill your ninjutsu gauge. So you can actively throw out all sorts of ninjutsu. You can use lots of melee attacks. You can dodge, you can air dodge, you can footstool jump, and yes, it is very intentional, like DMC Ninja Gaiden movement and skills. They have shit like flying, the equivalent of flying swallow for ninja style now, where it's like, I think for ninja sword it's the move called Sky Rift. So like, you're actively, so you have ground play, you have aerial play, then you have the interplay between those two, because there are many moves that are like go from the ground, go to the air, go from the air, go to the ground, and like cool interactions. You can equip 2 weapons, per style. And so then, on top of that, all your melee hits refill your ninjutsu gauge. And so, yeah, like, it's just, like, non-stop, like, a very, very different style of playing altogether. So, it's pretty diverse. Okay, so other questions. So basically what you're saying is Nioh 3 will be a good time for those of us who cosplay as Ryu Hayabusa and Nioh 2? Exactly. They very much said Ninja Style is trying to hit some Ninja Gaiden notes. Yeah, there's a lot of movement ninjutsu. I fucking love the physical arts. So if you are concerned about hatchets or any other weapons losing moves, just take a look at the screenshots and the new skills I provided. So I have those in my impressions video, which you can check out. Okay, so a question from Almao2004. Hi, why do you think the Nioh series is the most underrated Souls-like ever? I think it's because Nioh is trying to identify Nioh strictly as a Souls-like can sometimes bring in all sorts of wrong assumptions about it. If I tried to play Nioh exactly the way I played Bloodborne, I guarantee you I'd get fucking bored. And I would see Nioh as inferior. Guaranteed. But Souls-like is a term that people can somewhat understand. And it's just Nioh's identity to me has always been very unique. So if I'm a fan of, say, games like Bloodborne and Sekiro, and, you know, I play like a lot of games like it, and I go over to Nioh, Nioh is just not going to feel the same. It's not going to be what I'm used to. And there's going to be a lot of things like tutorials, or, sorry, all sorts of mechanics that can just seem overwhelming, and it's just like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? I've heard people call this, like, Japan Souls. I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. Or Ninja Gaiden Souls. But it's very reductionist in nature. So, I think with a lot of that put into there, and I also think that since Nioh's instruction and his tutorials are kind of like, not that good. I mean, enough to the point where I was like, fuck it, I'll just make some guides. I think when you have a lot of those things as well, it's just, it can make Nioh kind of fly under the radar. Hey, you're almost welcome on the screenshots. Take a look at those. Okay, so that's just my opinion about it. Okay, so I need to catch up to some questions. What do I think about Onmyo and Nioh 3? Is it as good as Nioh 2 or Nioh 1? It's a little too early for me to tell. I will just say that I think the systems that they have reworked in Nioh 3 have at least made me curious to try them. In Nioh 2, like, I don't really use Onmyo magic, and I, like, hardly use ninjutsu. So the fact that I'm curious about it, I think it makes it better. Okay, what else? Alright, hold on. I'm still trying to make sure I'm addressing everything from chat, so just bear with. Okay, there. Okay, another question. One question I had which I never saw. Are armors for samurai and ninja style separated? Yes. Can we have the same appearance for both styles? I don't know yet because I didn't get to play around with any like blacksmith or refashioning things. I do know that for our character creator we can have our character either be one appearance or two different appearances if that's what we want. It doesn't have to be we don't have to, we can have our freedom. You'd like at least more input options for ninja style. There's a lot of moves for the ninja weapons that I'd like to use more of them at the same time. I thought so too at first when I saw like the skill customization list or whatever it is. And then I like start looking at the abilities. I'm like, holy fuck, I'm overwhelmed. It's a lot. It's a lot to consider. I think when it comes to Nioh fans as well, I think also like with the whole Nioh Souls-like thing, and this is just my opinion, I have no like real data on it, is that because Nioh is quite of a niche game and an already pretty niche game, and the things that make it appealing are very different compared to what I think makes Souls-like games appealing. Nioh 3 is pretty much just like, I think this is an oversimplification, which is take Path of Exile, build-wise, right? You got Path of Exile builds, take some Ninja Gaiden gameplay, throw in your dash of Souls-like stuff, and then start like mixing that shit together. It's a lot. Nioh can be a lot to process. Now, and I also think that it's unclear some of like the big selling points about Nioh's gameplay experience are very like they're hard for people to tell. Like it's hard for them to tell what's going on. So I think with my videos, and I'm not just trying to toot only my own horn here, but videos like, hey, what 2,000 hours of Nioh 2 looks like, that getting like 1 million views and still counting. Like I think it's like 1.1 at this point. The overwhelming response I got from that wasn't like, oh, it's cool. It's more like, oh, holy shit, it's cool, and I never knew it could be played this way. And I think that can be traced a little bit, at least, to how Team Ninja has marketed Nioh gameplay. In that they don't. Not really. For Ninja Gaiden, they did. For Ninja Gaiden 4, they absolutely did, which was like, okay, this is good. This is like what Ninja Gaiden players are a big fan of. Okay, they're advertising an action game. Let's showcase some action things. Whereas with Nioh 3, to me, it just like wasn't clear. Like, okay, like I know the potential of Nioh, but I'm never gonna get that from what I'm seeing. I'm gonna see, oh, a story-based focus, a historical-based focus. Maybe that sells over there in Japan. If it does, great. But to someone like myself who doesn't have that understanding, I'm just like, why do I care about this? I don't know. I got hooked into Nioh the whole way that I play because I saw other Nioh players playing in a way that blew my mind. And I was like, holy shit, you can do that? Oh my gosh, that's so fucking fun. Right, so Nioh didn't really appeal to me in the same way. And I think those things, I imagine, are a part of why Nioh kind of slips under the radar. Now, to Team Ninja's credit, and Koei Tecmo's merit credit, I am tooting my own horn here. They invited me! Good job for doing that. I'm obviously very thankful. But they got players like myself, they got Last to Load, for example, and they got like a swath of different content creators to give their 2 cents on the game. Last to Load and I are known for our Nioh tutorials as well, and for our attempts to make gameplay, like I guess people consider us high-level game players or whatever. And so, due to that, like, there is some weight I have when saying, hey man, gameplay in this game was fucking fire, here are just some examples I came up with. And then people are like, holy shit, this guy who's had a track record of doing this type of play for a long time thinks that this product could even exceed that. Holy shit, I'm excited too. So there's a bit of that. But there's a lot of moving parts, I would say, when it comes to things related to why Nioh is maybe not as noticed as some of the other games. So yeah, like, I think it's a matter of just awareness, basically, about what Nioh offers. So okay, got Temperer, or got Emperor, whatever, or got Emperor, I don't know. The open field nature of Nioh 3 is still hard for me to grasp. I'm convinced it will negatively affect replay value. I worried about that at first too. But after kind of just spending more time with it, I actually prefer that over this for Nioh 2. Because in Nioh 2, everything mission-wise can feel disjointed. Like, you have to go into a mission, then you do the mission, then you get back out, and then, like, you know, you have to basically jump into another mission. So it's not as immersive. But my whole thing with the open field mechanic was just like, alright, this is just like a mashup of all the main missions and side missions, and, like, I just kind of, like, travel from place to place. And I'm like, alright, that's fine. So what I appreciate about the replay value is that even if I redo a spot again, it's going to feel unique to me. So, you know, it's not going to be like, oh, you're doing the main mission again, just a smaller part, start at a different starting position, and then it's nighttime. I'm like, okay, like that's not that innovative. Compared to like, here's a side mission spot and it's a dedicated different spot. I'm like, oh, cool. That's like my thinking. But again, to each his own. Okay. Alright, I still gotta catch up. I'm almost up to par. So T-Juice 1986, yo, just found your channel the other day. Thank you for the help. Most happy to help. To your question, did I play First Berserker Kazan? No, I did not. I passed on it because despite seeing all the sorts of gameplay that looked really cool, I just wasn't curious enough to try it. It just didn't hit the it didn't like excite me from what I saw, so I was just like, I'll pass. Do I think there's going to be a playable demo for 3? I think it will be like a last chance trial, maybe in January. I don't think they're going to release a beta. It's almost like too late. They got like a little over 2 months to make major changes, and I don't think they'll have that. I think if they have a demo, it'd just be like, hey, this is our way to advertise the game. Rather than, oh, we want feedback. If you haven't played Nioh 2, you won't be able to tell what's going on in a video like that. Game just doesn't look clean. Yeah, no. That was a lot of the comments were like, oh shit, I don't know what's happening, but it's a lot. And then people who played Nioh was like, yeah, it might look like he's button mashing, but he's not. But yeah, I had an overwhelmingly positive response there. I do agree with you, Solitas, that I think it's a strength of Nioh that, yeah, you can play it like I do with like a whole like cinematic combo type shit, but you don't have to. I like Nioh because there's a huge sense of freedom for it, and I hope many people can enjoy it too. Like, I don't want it to just be only just that type of stuff. I think there's a place for build stuff too. I think the builds that people come up with are fantastic. I mean, more people can enjoy it, the better. Just, it's not a mutually exclusive thing, so great. More room for everybody. Well, when it comes to the marketing for Team Ninja, I guess they're doing it because reasons, I don't know. My guess is they're being a bit more conservative. They have to be a little bit more risk averse. So in terms of investing in a lot of things, it might be challenging. I did hear that they like try to they staff lobbied to get me there on the content creator stuff, and they paid a good amount of money to get me there. It wasn't like cheap. I was like, holy shit, like this is a good amount of money. Like free plane tickets, hotel stuff, food, transportation. I'm like, this was not cheap for them. It's not cheap. And then of course there's also the other element of like, hey, risk factor, are you gonna trust this guy? That's a lot to worry about. There's a lot of moving parts. So of course, you know, having safe, credible people that they believe will help them generate sales is gonna be a big thing. So, right. right, and it's right, and that's probably the thing. In terms of having a marketing department, like, I don't know. Like, that's probably a lot of money too. They just, like, from my understanding, like, the Koei Tecmo America office, like, they're not like a massive studio. They don't have like 50 employees. They have like, I think, what was it? At Koei Tecmo America, there's maybe like 5 people. It was like, and I think one of them was Master. They have like 5 people for the entirety of America. And I'm like, holy shit. That's not many. And they're managing like 7 games at this time or something. And I'm like, jeez. And that's like on top of yeah. They have, their Koei Tecmo America office, I think, was 4 employees, and then Master was there. And I'm like, they work a lot. Like, so they don't have the the Koei Tecmo America office is not like some huge big thing. They are, like, all things considered, a fairly smaller studio. And the fact, like, so they don't have too many staff. I think they would deserve more, and that's something that they are planning for the future, is like, you know, if they want to grow their business, they have to actually grow their business. So, you know, they don't have as many resources as they could, so they can't, like, you know, spread their wings, so to speak. Yeah, Team Ninja's community manager, Master, is like, he's pretty wild in terms of how much work he puts out. So, you know, like, they work a lot, is what I'm saying. They work a lot, and they're managing several games at once, and, like, there's just a lot for them to consider. So, you know, of course, you know, it's going to be a challenge. So I have no doubt, based on my impression of what I was there, I have no doubt they are working their asses off. Just, like, non-fucking stop. And I sincerely hope that they can get more staff, and that they can all just... I hope they can work less and get paid more, basically. But that's my thing. All of the staff there at Koei Tecmo America, all of them were great. All of them were nice. I had, like, great conversations with them and stuff like that. They're all just, like, nice regular people who work their asses off. Yeah, I do hope they make a lot of money so that they can invest for the future in you know, just becoming a bigger and hopefully healthier studio. Not like Activision Blizzard garbage, please no. But yeah. Did you get to arm wrestle fighting Cowboy when I was out there? No, I did not. Nor did I ask, because that dude is buff as fuck. They probably wanted more streamers there, but most of them didn't want to leave their house. Maybe. Nioh 3 does seem more like a passion project than some of the other games Team Ninja has been putting out. The team wanted to go back to work on it, didn't come from above. Yeah. It shows. Their creativity is on display, and I fucking love it. I've seen they have this campus plushie, but I hope they will make it the Gaki plushie. Okay, you're emotionally banned. You're out. This is unethical. I'm gonna call the cops on you, okay? No gifting it to me. This is... you know what? This is a crime. You're actively committing crimes. Get out. Do we have some information about game cycles? No, I don't have any information about that. Wish I did. You know what, Momiji? You're done. Yeah, I do hope that... I do hope, like, all the people who work so hard are really rewarded. They deserve it. But yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this. Okay. Rest in pepperoni copy. Yeah, it's dead. You want a gawky guardian spirit? Are you itching for a ban or some shit? I swear. Some of y'all need therapy. Honestly, only thought of that, but I'll be able to use 4 weapons at the same time. In Nioh 3. Yeah, it's pretty cool. No, no. Also, they should put Vangelfs in Nioh 3 just as buff as Ninja Gaiden 4 ones. No, Swole. No, they should not. The Vangelfs are quite difficult. Alright, let's get that. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh yeah, 9. Oh yeah, all stats. That's how I play, dude. Alright, hold on. Let's get some more shots. Any of the other passives? Evil Ward. I already got that. I already got that in Pure Mind. Health gain from elixirs. There's a Mystic Arts. I just need the shots. Okay. Can I get purity shots yet? Wait, they're more expensive, aren't they? Yeah. No, I don't want those then. I'll just get the lightning shots. What's my least favorite boss? It's any of the ones that feel really passive. So things like Matsunaga, so enemies like Matsunaga Hisahide get very boring, very fast. Saito Toshimitsu kind of gets boring, but I think like Matsunaga Hisahide, just because he like blocks for 10 years, just kind of gets boring. Oh, Kukai? Kukai is alright. Kukai can be frustrating, but I'd much rather fight him than Matsunaga Hisehide. If I don't get bored, I'm in good shape. If I get bored, then bosses, ugh. Oh, my face, that hurt. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, are you talking about that like wild spear burst counter of his, which can be very frustrating? What's my least favorite mob to fight? It really just boils down to whatever is a passive enemy. So if an enemy is passive, I get bored. Like, fighting Kuroka gets a little tedious. I actually don't think Spear Rain, Piercing Rain or whatever he has and Wild Spear ones are, I think, yeah, Red Kappa. Hold on, brain doing 5 conversations at once. I think it's intentional. I don't think it's bugged that the interactions with those are late. I think that's what they wanted to do. Play this game a little too much. Just don't even break a sweat. My favorite enemies are like the 3 from the DLC, like DLC 3. Or the 4 from the DLC 3. I like Fuki, I like Utsumare. I like Kinki's alright. I like Suiki a lot. Right, the little back dodge gets quite irritating. So many soul cores. Alright, let's see if I can kill that. I hope the Scampus kills it. Yeah, go Scampus, go. Scampus versus Gaki. Scampus wins. It's official. Scampus is better. Hey Poofer, I'm nearly at the end of my first playthrough. And wondering about switching to split staff. Would you recommend finishing the game with my current weapons or learn it? Honestly, since you're nearly at the end, why not just go ahead and switch if it's fun? That's my thinking. You can just play whatever's enjoyable. If you were at the beginning, then I'd be like, you know, I would probably recommend just sticking with your weapon just because it's the beginning. You want to get skills, but you can change now. Actually, let me qualify my statement. Just, I would not advise flip-flopping between the weapons. That's it. But after the first playthrough, if you're nearly done, then you go ahead and switch. I think it's not appreciated enough how Nioh 2 has these little interactions mid-stage, like the enemies expressing shock that you reach the side path they had blocked. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's a lot of those like little details that can easily kind of just get ignored or tossed to the side. There's a lot of love put into games like these. Oh, there's 2 Kodama missing? I do agree. It is a one-man army. I would like it more if enemies late game showed more fear towards you than rather to continue to be cocky. Yeah, that's their folly, isn't it? Wait, I thought there were... Oh, I'm missing one more? Key pulse things. Okay, ability key pulse would be real handy right about now. Okay, I'm missing one Kodama. I gotta go find him. Just have no clue where it would be. think I do know. Did I knock over a tree? There's a different path. I think I'm missing that. You hate this on different playthroughs? You miss one Kodama and you have to scour everything? Yeah, it can get a little tedious. Is it this one? Okay, let me check. I don't know where the last Kodama is. Alright, here you go, buddy. Here you go, have your fun. Alright, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. Pretty sure I explored over there. Can't wait to stare at weapons and menu for 1 hour. Being as picky as Louis the Sun King about the stats and star properties. Good times, right? Hey, for real, where is the last Kodama? Pretty sure I got the one over there. Y'all's hype for Nioh 3 is contagious. Thanks, I guess. Alright, there you are. Okay, I can find you now. Oh, I didn't explode. Oh, I think I know which one I missed. Gotcha. Alright, good. Got it. Got them all. Alright, almost done with this, and then I'll probably call it. Wait, did I do an AI key pulse, quick draw into Hatsu's cheese attack? Yes. 100%. Your eyes did not deceive you. Yep, it's super useful. I do have flash attack. Alright, what do I want? Leaf glide? Go for kick. Probably just go for kick. Getting back wave would be nice, I suppose. Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun to mess around with that, I'll tell you that. No lethal barrage. I don't want piercing hurl shadow. Are there any combat skills you specifically avoid unlocking using? Nope. I will unlock it all. I mean, I guess I could get that. I hate unlocking these. It's just such a tedious order. Maybe I just save my hatchet points. Let's see if GTA wins. If you flux or sheath, it won't trigger flash attack. Yep, that's correct. Let's see if GTA wins the most anticipated award for 2 years in a row. Yeah, probably will. The simple fact that it's nominated is absurd. That's true though, isn't it? Aw, well, I got the no damage. Ah, my face. Better heal. Don't like lightning now, do you? Do you not like lightning? Screw you, bro. That's right. Such a cheapskate. That's so cheap. Hey, what's up? Just be cheap, yo. Spam Ninjutsu. It's just lightning. Alright, well, you're dead. You get stabbed in the neck. Yeah, Swole's a mod. Roku Gezo. Ooh, yes. Me likey. Once I can equip 2 Guardian Spirits, which I think is at the end of this region, Roku Gezo, Shirohami, I'll be good for a long time. Yeah, sorry, you can't ban the streamer, Swole. That's just not how it works. Alright, goody goody. What do we got? Dojo, Phantom? Okay, that's great. Okay, I don't need too much more. I just need to purify stuff and then this is good to go. Nah, that sucks. Oh, let's see if I got anything spicy. I only have one with yokai ability Key Pulse, and that's the Yoki. Yoki is good, don't get me wrong. Might as well just use it. Get that key pulse going. Oh, alright. What's next? Victoria Gate? No, wait, no, I need the tea house. Managed to do it, seems a bit finicky and needs some quick movements since I'm mouse and keyboard, but definitely doable. Nice, well done, well done. Ooh, Kame Itachi, he did Tatu's Dying Wish. Ooh, we get Pit Viper. I'm gonna get Pit Viper right now. I'm gonna go with my Pit Viper build. Key consumption right away. Just stay with it. I should be able to complete this pretty soon. Am I a religious person? No. Not even the Team Ninja cult? No. No, I'm not a religious person. I'm just absolutely obsessed with the Scampus and cats, alright? No, no Gaki cult. I knew it. This is why you fuck off. This is why you ask these dumb questions. Get out of here. I knew it. I knew I couldn't trust you. Oh, I got shot. Fuck off. No, no. See, you know, chat. You feel attacked, Mr. Streamer? Good. Good, Lana. I'm glad you feel attacked, because I was attacking you. Because you attacked me first. Yeah, that's right. Get wrecked. Did Nioh 3 expand upon Guardian Spirit usage at all? I always wish they weren't relegated to a single attack from an item in Nioh 2. So with the Guardian Spirit skills, there is a little more depth than is suggested. Okay, I'm gonna switch topic. Favorite boss encounter in Nioh 3 so far? Not the Gaki Chief, okay? I don't trust you. So far, I think the one I've enjoyed the most is from the limited demo. I did like Shinsaku, Takasaki Shinsaku a lot. I just... Lana, fuck off. You know what? That's it. You're done. You're emotionally banned. No. We're not having these conversations. Alright, so... with Guardian Spirit usage, so they have that kind of like talisman thing, but then like they're kind of yokai ability type things. They have a little more utility, like they have some ground components, some have aerial components. So like when I was using Kurama Tengu, they're like, I could just repeatedly keep using it in the air and just like keep flying. I was like, that's kind of neat. Or in the alpha demo Shinroku, there is, you can use it on the ground or in the air. So that kind of changes. And RF, you're most welcome. I'm glad the sheath attack stuff helps. I've seen you talk about when the demo was out. I'm surprised because I thought that the base of Nioh's gameplay was the 3 stances and then add something on top of them. Oh, no worries. You gotta go. You gotta go. No, Lana. You know what? I don't trust you. We don't have trust issues. Are blue-red graves gonna be back in 3? Yeah, they're already in there. But though, I think he was, I think Nioh 3 fights will be more enjoyable than Ronin. I think across the board. I think he was the most fun, yeah. I did like Nuri Botoke as well. But like, I didn't really get to spend as much time as I wanted to like evaluate all these enemies, you know? Swolepool, I have questions and concerns. Doing pretty good. How you doing, Rex? No, I don't want to know the answers. Then we need to agree on the position to farm the graves for orange stats. Gaki Chief mission sounds good. You know what? We're not on speaking terms. That's it. It's over. That's it. This whole chat. Just no, okay? Just no. Just no. You know, Lana, you're emotionally banned. I don't have to entertain your dialogue. Oh, since I left, you're explaining why you're not concerned about ninja style. Oh, sorry. Basically, yeah, it doesn't have too many stances, sure, but there's ground play, there's aerial play, and then there's a lot of ninjutsu play, which is, there's a lot of interplay between those dimensions, and it can be so much, and the potential, I think, is so much that it could just be overwhelming. It's basically like a different game. Are Feral Brute Phantom returning at all? Nope. Not that as far as I know. Here, let me get to a shrine and then I'll answer some more questions. You guys are asking some pretty deep questions, and I'd love to be able to answer them, which is why I want to make sure I'm paying attention to them. So as soon as I can do that, you'll get it. I'm happy to talk about it all. Actually, let me beat this mission. I'm gonna beat this mission, and then I'm very close to finishing it. I'm gonna beat this, and then I can just like cool down and chat about all this stuff and not have to worry about game things. So it should be just a moment. Okay, good, close enough. Okay. Perfect. Alright. Let's get out of this mission. And then time to chill and chat. And answer some questions. Some comments. Some concerns. Oh. Alright, and before I forget, I want my Pit Viper robe. Let's go. Yeah, now we're talking. Yeah, 3-piece. What's up? That's what I'm talking about. And then this thing can just be done. I don't need you anymore. Yeah, what's up? Nice. Also nice. Yeah, there we go. Pit Viper. Okay, just... Goodbye. So nice. Okay, now I can talk to people. I'm gonna be in my hut and be chilling. Look at that. Good job, Ryu. You've done wonderful. All right, so question time. Thank you all for your patience, of course. Okay, so just to kind of recap, for ninja style, I bet I have a cat. I do. I have 2 cats. So, ooh, speaking of cats, now you're distracting me. We gotta get the Scampus up in here. Unfortunately, no Scampus. Sad times. Well, I'll take the pupper. Pupper will work. Okay, so when it comes to ninja style, you have ground play, you have aerial play. With the aerial play, there's stuff like footstool jump. There's stuff like air dodge. Those are in the game. Not to mention, you have a lot of aerial combos that can weave in between ground play as well. A lot of ground moves can transition to air moves. There's a lot of that like dimension play. Samurai style doesn't really have that. Samurai style is much more ground based, and yes, there's a few things that can get you into the air, but there's not nearly as much of an emphasis on that. Not to mention, with ninja style, you do have ninjutsu. Ninjutsu has, of course, you have a lot of the ninjutsu that you are comfortable or you just expect from Nioh 2. That is there, no doubt. Absolutely there. However, there's a lot of ninjutsu that I like, and it's a whole like new dimension called physical arts. So it's stuff like an enemy is about to hit you and you teleport behind them. Or you can jump up to your maximum height, and that at first it's like, well, why do you need to jump up to your max height when you can just double jump? Good question. It also serves as a cancel. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, you just cancel and jump up. That's pretty cool. Or it can be like a dash forward or burrow underground. Or it was like a big ass windmill shuriken you could just like throw. I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. Let's not forget, you have feathers, and you can use these in midair too. So there are those ninjutsu options. So then you have, it's just a very dynamic way of engaging with the game for ninja style. It's all new stuff, basically, is the way that I see it. So it's not a replacement of samurai style, but it's an addition. Is item cancel still possible with something in samurai stance? Yeah. I think, in fact, they're making it default. That's something you can equip. For like, oh, you want to use your Onmyo magic? Or summoning seals? Here you go. It can now cancel other actions. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you guys crazy? They basically took item cancel from Nioh 2 and are like, here you go, have it as a default, bro. As a setting you can equip. I'm like, okay. Even in the demo I played, they made it so that like I could move around while using my Guardian Spirit skills. Like, you know, the Guardian Spirit talisman, it's like, now you can just walk around and cast it. I was like, alright, bro. So then on top of that, like just to give you an idea of how like unafraid they are of empowering the player and enemies, let me just put it to you this way. In the limited demo that I got, so in the limited demo, one of the mastery skills you can equip that's common to both styles. So just for recap, you have common skills, which apply to both samurai and ninja. You have samurai specific skills and then ninja specific skills. And like you can pick and choose which ones you want. For common, they're just like versatility. Just versatility. I was like, holy shit. Benzai Ten's Grace, Susanoo's Grace. Nope, versatility. You can just pick it. I'm like, well, alright. Okay. That's kind of wild. And at this rate, I'm totally willing to bet that they'll make... Yes, versatility. Just, here you go. It's no longer part of builds, it's just an option you can equip. You can only pick one mastery at once, but it could be versatility if you wanted. So yeah, I equipped it because I was curious. Then they also had like increase the amount of summoning seals you can prepare it. I was like, well, that's kind of ridiculous. And I wouldn't be surprised if they have like a common skill where it's like, no, they didn't showcase Death Dancer, but they didn't have like all that other stuff, but because I'm sure they're still working on it and there's a lot of build things they have to consider. Do you think that will make sets too strong and that leads to heal bloat bosses? No, I'm pretty sure they'll balance it appropriately. I mean, Team Ninja has done a good job of saying, hey, there's power creep here, but here's other forms of that you can adjust to. So, like, for example, in Nioh 2, technically, if they didn't have Stone of Penance, then yeah, like, getting Death Dancer with versatility would be, like, batshit insane powerful. So then they're like, okay, well, this is just a difficulty slider problem, so here you go. Have your Stone of Penance +9, which a lot of people did. Problem solved. Maybe for the later forms of the depths, it will probably be a similar thing. Who knows? Right, and so I'm talking about player power. Soulpool is not talking about enemy power. Consider this. Base game. And then not even a base game, not even the final product. In fucking demos. People are having to fight Itsumade. One of the most challenging enemies in Nioh 2. Period. So challenging that many players considered him a boss. Is now an enemy you fight in demos. Like, holy shit, bro. They showcase Yasha. They showcase freaking like it's crazy. I was like, dude, Itsumade? When I was doing the limited demo, he's just casually guarding a shrine. I'm like, bro, what the hell, dude? I'm not complaining, of course I loved it. Yeah, but isn't the demo taking place in a later area of the game? For the Bakamutsu period, sure. But I'm also referring to the Tokyo Game demos. Tokyo Game Show demos. Where in the Heian era, it's just like, here you go, Itsumade. Like, it's not like they're like, oh, we're gonna make the game super easy. No, it's like, hey, players can be more powerful. Your power has to be earned. You can customize your experience, but enemies are not fucking holding back. The reason I point out Itsumade is less of the fact that like, oh, the game's gonna be like Itsumade, and more like, this is the fucking start! This is what they're showcasing publicly in demos. If this is where they're starting at, where's the shit gonna end up later? I'm like, this is gonna get crazy, isn't it? Imagine the trajectory. Imagine how much more complex and cool things are gonna become with like, towards the end of the game with certain enemies, certain bosses, when it's going to come to DLCs. Right. So there's quite a bit to expect. Like, they're taking the complex enemies from DLCs like 2 and 3 and whatever, and like, hey, now this is the new normal. We might be getting power creep, but so are enemies. In a way. Right, so then it's going to be like, oh yeah, you know Saito Toshimitsu, everyone's bane of existence. It's just going to be like, yeah, it's just mid-tier enemy, bro. Just mid-game mod enemy, yeah, exactly. My point being is, I think there will be a good challenge for everybody who engages with the game. And I don't think they're holding back. I don't think they are diluting any of their secret sauce. I think they are going for like, hey, if players can handle this shit, let's take it to the next level. This should be fun. I'm like, yes, absolutely yes. I love me a good challenge. So yeah, I think there's a lot to look forward to when it comes to that. So, oh shit, I gotta actually hurry up. So with the Guardian, so one concern is about, hey, Feral, Brute, and Phantom was cool in Nioh 2, but now they're getting rid of it. That's true. They are getting rid of it for Guardian Spirit stuff. No, the reason I'm not particularly bothered by that is we always have the default style shift, but in terms of that differentiation, which was cool, is that the Guardian Spirit skills in themselves are very diverse in what they do. So many of them will have familiar timings as Brute, as Feral, as Phantom. But the Guardian Spirit skills, all of them, I think pretty much all the Guardian Spirit skills, I'm not sure about the talismans, I have to test that, but or the Guardian Spirit summons or the skills. But the summons I'm not sure about yet. But I know all the Guardian Spirit skills, all of them can do burst counters, basically. Every single one. So, some of these Guardian Spirit skills, guess what? They have range. So it's like, you fling a like I had one against, I used a range projectile, like the bird where I like fly and then shoot a projectile. That one stopped a burst attack at fucking range. Just like, imagine Aberrant Soldier in Nioh 2 performing a burst counter at the same time. That is what Guardian Spirit skills do. Imagine Ippon also shutting down burst attacks. That exists in Nioh 3 with Shinroku's Guardian Spirit skill. Nekomata kind of is like Pharaoh, where you just jump off a target. So it's like, just kick off. You create some distance. There's, I think, Enko or Kongo Jishi, one of those two. Probably Enko, where it's just like a kick, very much like Brute Counter. All of that is there. So the way that I see it is pretty much, hey, they took some ideas from Nioh 2's Burst Counter stuff with the 3 different types and are like, let's just explode the options. Have fun. So it gets kind of wild. And Arif, keep having fun experimenting with this. And yes, the tech earlier works for all sheath buff skills. That's right. Enjoy that. Yeah. I got some. If you're curious, you can always take a look at the guides I have for sheath swaps and stuff. Do you think there are other Blood Edge demons other than Magatsu? I don't know, but I would like that to be the case. Unfortunately, when it comes to build stuff, I don't know. But that's like the thing I have the least amount of information about. But to me, what they're doing holds promise so far, and I hope they can keep it going. Do I think it's fair to compare Nioh 2 and Nioh 3? Absolutely. But the way that I use it to compare is to see, hey, how much better is Nioh 3 going to be? I'm fine with them reworking the formula. I'm like, go for it. Have fun, please. Something creative, yeah. I would have been happy with just basically extended DLC for Nioh 2. But Nioh 3 is far beyond that, and I'm all for it. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, did I miss other things before I get going? Yeah, one thing I did like with how they're doing things in Nioh 3 is basically, hey, community, we see what you've done, and we're going to basically create our version of it. That's awesome. Like, already I remember messing around with some tech in Nioh 3, which was like, well, I can basically do every combo ender in every stance. I'm like, okay, I don't need skill expansion mod anymore. When I can do Morning Moon in any stance, or Kick in any stance, or Swallow's Wing in any stance with just some fast fingers. And then they added fucking Frost Moon, which is like, blow me away. Then Arts Proficiency, I'm just like, okay, this is just like nuts. This is gonna be a lot of fun. It's still funny after. It's still funny how after the demo they said, "All right, fine, 2 weapons per style. Take 4 weapons into battle with you." I know that alone is already fucking crazy. I remember back when I was a bit more of like an egghead. I remember there was this one guy in the Nioh community Discord who was like 3 weapons, right? I was like, no, we shouldn't try to recommend that for feedback because nah. It was basically my whole thing. All right, bro, we got 4. I'm sure he's really happy. Like, wait, I just wanted 3, but now we can have 4? What? 4 weapons? It's like, yeah, you can flash attack. I mean, I'll flash attack in ninja style, flash attack samurai style. I'm like, it's gonna be hype as shit. The sad part is knowing that more than half the fan base won't use all the tools they're giving us. Sad for them. I don't give a fuck. They don't gotta do shit. I'm excited on my own. They don't want to enjoy Nioh 3 like I do. That's sounds like an issue I don't give a fuck about. So yeah, 4 weapons in a battle. It could be 4 katanas, or as some amazing Nioh enthusiasts might do, it could just be 4 different dual swords. You have dual samurai swords, you have dual ninja swords. Is there an aerial flash attack? I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, you can style shift, and that can have an attack sometimes. I don't think... Yeah, that's not even something that fucking occurred to me to even consider. That could be wild, though. See, this is why they should have invited me. Exactly, Swole. This is why they should have invited you, not me. Sorry, man. I was just a little too focused on all the amazing weapon skills that exist. Was there double skill sets? Like I had asked if you want to use 2 katana and samurai with different skills. I didn't get to test that. I only had like 3 hours to evaluate like everything. You know what, Swole? I have trust issues with you too. That's why I assume you wanted it at my expense. Momiji, I'm not sure though for that. I suspect there won't be the case. I don't know. They should have invited Swole. Yeah, I guess so. All right, well then I think I'll probably just dip out unless there's anyone that has questions. I think I got through everything. Yeah, you can't be trusted. You can't be trusted. All right, anyway, I think I'm gonna dip out. So yeah, I guess playing Nioh 2 is just, it's like casual for me at this point. I need my Nioh 3 fix. When I was playing those demos for Nioh 3, I was like very, very, very much involved. Here I'm kind of like I obviously played it, so I have the experience. But playing Nioh 3 was definitely refreshing. Like, it was pretty cool. Right now I have like ninjutsu and I'm just like, yeah, this sucks. I'm like, I want my physical arts. I want my cicada shell. I want to do that crazy shit. That was fun. You know, there's a lot of like really interesting ninjutsu as well. You know, they have like Shadow Stitch, for example, where you have like a clone that like distracts an enemy. There's just so much depth to explore. Like, it's gonna get overwhelming. And I know when I get to Nioh 3, I'm gonna have that temptation to try to like absorb and learn everything all at once. But I'm just gonna take my time. I'm gonna probably just stick to some weapons that like I'm comfortable with. So sword, for example, probably like sword or whatever, and just start off with a comfortable base and then slowly start building it up from there. And then yeah, it'll be. I'm anticipating one hell of a ride. Will Gaki Chief be my spar partner? Momiji, you are the reason why I'm gonna quit this stream today. You know that, right? Just you personally. Not because I have to go to dinner. Not because I'm done playing the game, but just you and your comments. What the hell is wrong with this Saito Toshimitsu guy? I've been fighting him for 3 hours and I'm barely making a dent. Yeah, he sucks. I would recommend you come back to him when your character is more powerful. He's a pain in the ass. He might be in that region, but he's definitely like much more like endgame in terms of challenge. Yes, see, Momiji, thank you. I'm so glad one of my mods can vouch for me like this. This is why I have trust issues. Yeah, the random hypermarver. So Cherry, you're not alone with, or Shari, you're not alone with the whole Saito Mitsu frustration. Did the non-Nioh or Team Ninja streamers find the demo hard? I can't say, but I know you could probably just check out what their impressions are on YouTube. But I think pretty much the people who came were all interested in Nioh. I know Fighting Cowboy obviously was. Missed 5,000 Watts was. The other people that were there totally were. Yeah, like they were all curious about it in some way. It wasn't just like some random content creator. It was someone who had an interest. I think everyone probably found it reasonably challenging, but I don't think anyone found it to be frustrating. What kind of control scheme did I use for Nioh 3's demo? Basically the Nioh 2 control scheme. Like almost exactly the same. I modified a little bit in the way that I do for Nioh 2, but basically I just picked their Nioh 2 standard. And it worked pretty easily. Alright, see, this is why I gotta go. Alright, anyway, I gotta take off. Thank you guys so much for watching, for being here. And yeah, I guess I will see everybody on the flip. Take care and peace.